Hi, this is Mike Mercier with Screen Education, and I wanted to share with you in this short video clip one of the key findings from a survey we conducted over the summer. And this was a survey of workplace managers. So these are people, in management positions in, organizations around the country. And the main focus of the survey, the main objective was to get their reaction to a broad set of solutions to the problem of smartphone addiction. And the reason, workplace managers are concerned about this issue is it's rampant in the workplace. This was our fifth survey. We had previously done 4 surveys of employees on the problem of smartphone addiction at work. And what we found in the surveys of employees is that it's a rampant problem. So we found, for example, people are basically saying they're spending about 2 hours a day. The range was 1.5 to 2.5 hours per day using their phones for personal reasons. And the biggest problem, the biggest distraction, they tell us, is social media. 75% say social media is the biggest distraction at work. And what we're finding is, this is causing several problems. Number one is the obvious problem of killing productivity, right? So obviously, if you're spending 1.5 to 2.5 hours a day not doing your job, you're killing your productivity at work. But it's also causing conflict because people are getting frustrated that other people aren't doing their jobs, that they're on their phones. And it creates tension and conflict between people, between employees at the same level and between managers and employees. And then the third issue is when people use their phones at work, they're distracted, and it's resulting in accidents. So we're seeing really serious accidents in industrial settings, like dangerous industrial work settings, like warehouses and construction sites and factories, right? But even in the office, we're seeing lots of things like people falling down stairs and walking into like walls, things like that. So people are getting injured even in office settings. So my point is that this is why managers have an interest in addressing the problem, right? And the question we wanted to ask them, or one of the broad solutions that you see here, is do managers think there should be regulations placed on the companies that make these most addictive apps, right? That people are having trouble controlling their use of. So it's things like games, social media, and streaming video, right? So do they feel that Congress should create laws that regulate the companies that make these apps and that require them? The regulation would be to require them to place daily time limits on people, on young people, right? In order to help them reduce their screen time, okay? Now, I want to be clear. We got this idea from Senator Josh Hawley. 2 years ago in 2019, Senator Hawley introduced a bill called the SMART Act. And he, one of the ideas he proposed in this bill was to set daily time limits on people, on social media specifically. So that's where we got this idea. But if you look at the findings here, 50% of managers said, yes, I agree. There should be regulations on these companies. And then 1/5 or 20% said they strongly agree. And obviously, if you combine that, that's 70% saying, yes, there should be regulations on these companies. And just to punctuate this point, I thought this was important to relate this to the Senate hearings that were held last week with Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri. Congress basically, the Senate basically spoke to him because they're trying to decide whether to regulate specifically the social media companies. So, and I want to let you know that this survey we completed, we did it in partnership with 2 other organizations. One was Innovate MR, and then the other was Glenn Stark, who's a statistician based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And if you'd like to get the full report on this and several other surveys, you can go to our website. It's screeneducation.org and select the research tab. Thank you.